Hello there, it's Carrie Rhodes and Toby. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope this video finds you and your family doing well. I am here with a fun card today, and it's a little play on the current situation, a little humor to brighten your day, I hope. So I am taking a little roll of toilet paper stamp and making a cute card that I can send to my friends that I'm quarantined from and let them know I'm thinking of them. So I thought that you might like this card too. So we're going to do some stamping and coloring and have fun with some lawn fawn sets. And I should also tell you, this is not the first time that I've made cards inspired by toilet paper. So I'm gonna leave a link to that video below so you can check it out in case you missed that fun. They're Christmas cards. One's a Christmas card, one's a get well card, inspired by toilet paper, so check it out. All right, let's get started. Let's take a look at all the fun things I'm gonna be using today. This is the Forest Feast stamp set, a Bug Deal stamp set, I can't make a lawn fawn card without it lately, and the Costume Party set with the roll of toilet paper. I'm going to use this little heart, my cloud stencil, love it, and the mushroom border and the grassy border. Here are all the images I'm going to stamp out and color. I'm using Lawn Fawn Jet Black ink for all those little images, and then you can see I have the large wooden stump at the top. I'm going to stamp that separately, but went ahead and put it in my MISTI. And for the stump, I am using walnut ink from Lawn Fawn and stamping it onto a piece of craft cardstock. So I'll press into that, and I wanted it to be really crisp and well stamped. So I ended up inking it up 3 times. Thank you, MISTI, for allowing me to do this and get a perfect impression. Love it. All right, so those are all stamped, and now it is time to break out the Copic markers and color my critters. So here you can see all the markers I used to create and color these cute little woodland critters. And I will show you the coloring for my squirrel, my hedgehog. I think it's a hedgehog. Could be a porcupine. I went with hedgehog. And also the raccoon. So I'm just using some E markers, E18 and E15, to color out the squirrel, making him a little red squirrel. And I'm using my E15 to go over this repeatedly. So I am creating shading with just that marker itself by going over the same area with that marker, and then leaving like his tummy area a little bit lighter. So I have E27 and E25 for the darkest part of my hedgehog here, and I'm starting with my darkest color and then bringing in my lighter color E25. And I find with these little images and a bullet tip, I can get really good shading with just the 2 different colors. Also, I like simple Copic coloring. But I know you can get really fancy with the Copic, so do your thing. Color it how you like it, and you'll love it in the end. Okay, so Raccoon, I should explain that. Somewhere along the line, one of my girls called a raccoon a raccoon, and so it's stuck, and that's what we call them, and he is a raccoon in this card. You'll see what he does. He's a little bit naughty. Just like real raccoons, right? So I am starting with my darkest and bringing in my medium and my lightest. I actually even bring in a W2, I believe, because I looked at pictures of raccoons online, and it's like there's a little white glow between their fur and their mask. So I wanted it to be really light right there, so the mask kind of stood out. I am going to get pretty dark here with my yeah, it is a W. I know what I'm talking about for once. My W8 marker gets a little dark around his eyes, so at the very end, you'll see me bring in a black gel pen to darken those up. All right, so now I'm die cutting all the things with the coordinating dies and setting those aside, and now we'll start working on all the background things. So here I have my cloudy stencil and some Distress Oxide ink in tumbled glass, and I'm just making a light blue sky, not going to do any special effects with this. You know, I do love the splattering and the sparkle and all the things, but I did not do that on today's card. Just kept it simple, going for kind of a clean look on today's card. So 4 rows of the clouds there, and then I'm going to add a little bit of ink to the edge of my 2 grassy pieces. This larger, darker one is with the mushroom border die set. It has a great big curved hill for grass, so that's going to be the one that goes in the background, and then the straighter one that's the grassy border in the lighter green, that one is from the Grassy border die, and I'm inking those up with 2 different shades of green, the freshly cut grass for the darker and celery stick for the lighter color, just to give it a little bit of dimension and a little bit of interest. Perfect with that little makeup brush type blending tool. All right, now for the mushroom border itself, I am a sucker for red mushrooms with the white dots. They're so cute. I love them. So any chance I can to add them to my card, I'm going to do it. I love them so much. So I'm just gluing those onto the coordinating mushrooms, and then they'll have their white stems. And you can see the curve of this matches up with the curve of that grassy border because they're both from that mushroom border stamp set. So the grass is made to fit right in front of these mushrooms. So I'll go ahead and glue those together, and you'll see how that just fits perfectly. Ta-da! Love it! All right, we will now get the squirrel and hedgehog ready for the card. I am using an X-Acto blade to cut around their paws, and then I can tuck in the little things. So the squirrel is going to be holding the roll of toilet paper. He is the loving squirrel that's going to gift his friend the hedgehog his last roll of toilet paper because he loves him so much. And in return, the hedgehog is going to trade him an apple because that's what he has, right? That's what friends do. All right, so I'll glue those onto the little stump. I have to tell you, this Forest Feast stamp set was my very first Lawn Fawn stamp set, and it is because of that stump. I love all things wood grain, and this stump just makes me so happy. So I like to put the little critters on there and have them do different things. So much fun. So I'm gluing this onto my card base with the clouds, but I just set it up a little bit higher than flush with the bottom so that it fit all the things in my card better. And this bottom row of grass will cover up that white space, so it's no big deal. So all the things are getting put on with foam squares to pop them up and give my card some depth and dimension. I love foam squares. I would have 3 layers of foam on all my cards if it didn't cost so much postage. Yeah. All right, so here I did a little play with the mushroom and reversed it and gave it red spots just to make it stand out and be a little bit different. And the acorn went next to that. And then I have my little mound of dirt that got pushed up by this little inchworm. I decided the worm better be green because if I made him brown on a toilet paper card, it could be taken really wrong. Yeah. We'll just leave that there. All right, so I laid my sentiments on my card so I could figure out where I wanted to stamp these hearts. And these sentiments, I had specific in my mind what I wanted my card to say, so I printed them out from my computer. And I thought it was just a perfect saying to send some of my friends who are also held up in their house, and it would make them smile and let them know I'm thinking of them. Yeah. All right, so we'll glue that onto a light blue card base, and we're not going to leave out the inside of the card because we still have that raccoon to put in there. So I'm going to take that same little toilet paper stamp from the costume party set, and I'm going to stamp it on the inside in a little stack, and then I'm going to lay my raccoon there and trace his right side so he's going to look like he's standing in front of all of this toilet paper. Did you know he's the one that's been hoarding the paper? Yeah, of course it would be the raccoon. All right, so now we can go ahead and glue that on and maybe erase that pencil mark that I made right in the middle of the card up. See? I love that white eraser, by the way. It's the best. All right, so glue him on right there, and he's got that little sly look like, I got your toilet paper. Oh gosh. And then we'll glue this whole thing onto the inside of the card. Oh, I did shade the little rolls of toilet paper with a cool gray marker, C0 to be exact. And then once that's done, I'll stick it to the inside of the card, and then you could write a nice little message to your friend on the rest of that inside panel. At this point, oh yeah, see, here comes the gel pen, because you want to leave your card open and let it really dry before you shut it. So that's why I did it very last. But at this point, I'm cleaning up my desk and I realize, you know, the raccoon has his little paws out. They're empty. So I went ahead and stuck a roll of toilet paper right there, and it looks so cute with him holding it. So that is today's card. I hope that it gave you a smile. I hope that you're doing healthy and staying sane in this time of quarantine. And I know that watching you guys make your crafty creations brings me a smile. So thank you for that. And I will be back again very soon with another crafty video. So happy stamping. Bye.